Here now, Florida Congressman Greg Steube, who has one of the largest populations of senior citizens in his district. Congressman, terrific to see you. We wanted to point out this study from Boston College, how also retirees, their nest eggs, their savings are at risk because of inflation, that nobody gets off scot-free in Joe Biden's America.
Well, and you have, I think it's 1 in 8 retirees that are now forced to have to go back to work. I have, like you said, I have the most elderly district in the country. So I see this every single day. I have the largest Medicare population, largest veteran population, and you have 1 in 8 retirees that have to go back into the workforce because they can't afford. You know, these elderly individuals are on fixed income, they're on Social Security, they're gonna go and find a part-time job just to be able to make ends meet, because you've seen, what is it, a 20% increase in food prices, 20%, 19% increase in energy prices, huge increases all across the board since Joe Biden has taken office, all because of the spending that we've seen Democrats do over the past 3.5, 4 years. And it is a huge detriment, and it's the huge issue to my district and all across the country because of the effect that it's had on their pocketbook.
And all American families, if you have someone older in your life, they're in the retirement, we're seeing the pain of those folks in our family stretching their finances, trying to make things work. But Greg, let's move on to this, because according to government data, the cost of a car repair and maintenance has gone up more than 40% since Biden took office, and car insurance premiums are up more than 20% in just the last year. Congressman, you're part of a bipartisan group of lawmakers trying to make car repairs more affordable with a bill called the Repair Act. So in essence, for when you have a collision with your car, the automakers have patents on their parts, so you can't go get alternative parts that aren't covered by those patents, which would be oftentimes 40% cheaper. Also, these car companies, they're taking your data and selling it back to insurance companies. There's a whole bunch of problems at play here. What are you doing to fix this?
Yeah, there's a lot of issues there, and I just think the American people should be able to take their vehicle wherever they want to go. If they have a friend down the road that's a mechanic and is certified to do the type of repairs they need done, and they don't want to spend $1,000 at the dealership to do it, and they have somebody that's willing to do it at a cheaper cost, there shouldn't be some prohibitory laws that doesn't allow people to do that. So I've signed on as a co-sponsor of the Repair Act, and I think that everyday Americans, especially with what we just talked about with the inflationary costs and the cost of everyday goods and how expensive it is to purchase vehicles and to purchase everyday items, more and more people are repairing their vehicles so that they can have their vehicles last longer. And I think this just helps everyday Americans to have the ability to do that and not be forced to have to go to a dealership where the cost is much higher.
Right, and to just connect the two again, the cost of repairing a vehicle is one of the reasons that the cost of insuring a vehicle is soaring at the fastest pace since 1976. This is just in the last year, motor vehicle insurance has gone up almost 23%. The two go hand in hand.
Everything's related, all because of the inflationary environment that Joe Biden and his policies have created. That's why we've got to get the House back. We've got to keep the House and flip the Senate and bring Trump back into the White House to change all the reckless spending that have been causing this inflationary environment that Joe Biden has put on the American people.
You know, you make a good point, because I had a car that had a fender bender, and it didn't even look like the bumper was damaged or broken, but I had to get it fixed. And it was like $3,000 to fix a bumper. And I'm like, how does a plastic bumper cost this much money? And again, it comes back to this issue of the patents that the automakers have, and you can't get them from the secondary market.
It's all tied together. You're exactly right.
Congressman, thank you so much for being here. Great to see you. Congressman Greg Steube.
Good to see you.